Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about our Super Mig 120 amp MIG machine. It's a 1 kilogram flux cord welding machine. We're going to show you how to connect up. We've got your flap on the side. We're going to take our wire out of our box, locate the wire end. Always keep in mind when you release your clip over here, you always hold onto the back of the wire, otherwise your wire is going to unravel itself. Like that. You will take out your spool holder nut and center locating guide. When you're connecting up your wire, always ensure that the wire comes from the bottom of the spool. You would release your tensioner and your wire feed rollers. You would add your center pin back and then put your lock nut on. Don't over tighten it, just nip it. You'll see there's a spring guide on the center. Get the wire into the middle. You would feed it through. As it comes out here, it will go through past the rollers, and you'll get another inner liner hole where you would need to feed the wire through into that hole. Once it's in there, you would lock down your roller and you would put your spring tensioner back. Once you've fed the wire through the rollers and into the beginning of the liner, you would again just make sure your tension is right. On the front of the torch you've got your shroud and your contact tip. You need to take this off so that you can make sure that your wire feed is clear and not restricted. You will switch the machine on. At the back of the machine is a switch. You would need to pull the trigger. As you pull the trigger, the roll of wire will unwind and it will come through the torch and come out the front of the nozzle. As it comes out, you will obviously identify as it comes out. As it comes out, you would stop the feed. You would then put your contact tip back, 0.9 millimeter, which is the same size as the wire. You would then put your shroud back. You would also trim the length of your stick out on the wire. Need it to be about 10 millimeters. You will then close your flap. Now that we're ready for the next step, on the front screen you've got FC for flux cord MIG. You've got MMA for stick/arc welding, and then lastly you've got the function for TIG. In this case we're doing flux cord MIG. The right hand side will light up. You've got a 0.8 millimeter wire, 0.9 and 1 millimeter. We've just inserted a 0.9 millimeter wire. Over here we've got the adjustment knob, which is unique to this machine. On the normal conventional MIG machine you will have a wire adjustment speed and an amperage adjustment knob. So you have two knobs. In this case we've only got one, which means it's synergic, which is automated, and you only need the one. The machine does all the thinking for you. When you're connecting up your wire in flux cord, you would take the jumper cable, put it into the negative. You always reverse the polarity when welding with flux cord wire. And then you take your earth and you put your earth into the positive. Your earth will then go to your job and then you are now ready to weld in MIG. The next step we're going to do is do in stick or MMA. You take the jumper cable out, you turn your machine to MMA, normal cable setup, earth goes to the negative, and then your electrode holder goes into the positive. And then you are ready to weld with arc or stick welding. Okay guys, we have now finished setting up the machine with the wire feeding and setting up the front of the machine. We are now going to weld. Safety first, you need your auto darkening helmet, you need your safety gloves, and you need your brush and your chipping hammer. Always put your helmet on. Just done a last weld. We have just made this little square frame and we just put this additional arm on it. 1.6 millimeter tubing, and we don't burn hole through it.